Hello and welcome, Croeso. This is the, 8th episode of the continuing adventures of Hiraeth as we explore as much as we possibly can of the Lord of the Rings Online, LOTRO. And we are here in Columdum because I have one or two little things that I forgot to do last time. We have from, I think, Dwalin's or actually, they were actually not from Dwalin's message, but they were actually from uh, rewards from being a long time ago. Whether it was from the Mines of Moria or for being in beta, I honestly don't remember. But we have these Ithildin coins, and so you're not sure where this coin came from, which is true, but it seems to be a relic from Khazad-dûm, also called Moria by the elves. There are many who would be interested in such a relic and would likely provide you with a great reward. So again, uh, so Cardovar we know is right here. So these are the different options. We can go see him now. And
Grey is the shadow upon my heart.
hail friend, I see you have found an Ithildin coin. These coins were minted by the dwarves of Moria in the days of their friendship with the elves of Eregion. See here, engraved here are the doors of Durin, which were inlaid with this same metal. Most of these coins were lost when Moria fell into darkness. If you would have it, I would like to keep this coin. It can serve as a good reminder in these dark times of the fellowship that can exist between dwarves and elves. Notice that dwarves is just regularly spelled and elves are capitalized. However, I would not ask you to go away empty-handed. Choose something you find acceptable, and we shall make our exchange. So we have a number of different potions that we could use, which are, you can see these are level 25, so they would be much more use to us at higher levels. Ringdereth, which is a protection from frost. We have Ruindireth, which is protection from acid. Lachdereth, which is lightning mitigation or protection, and Nordirith, which is fire. However, we also have some more fun, I guess. We can have a pesky dormouse if we have a house eventually. We can get one of those, and we can also get a colorful songbird. We could also choose to have a horn of the Dwarodelf, which gives us with provide us one hope for 15 minutes, which is kind of useful. We also have the Stone of the Dwarf Deeps, which gives us 3 vitality and a nice run speed boost when we're not in combat, which we can take actually, and we can, once we're not, in fact, disabled XP, that would actually be of some use to us. So we will accept that. We'll go ahead and take the same quest again.
The sorrows of the Eldar are never ending.
We won't repeat it. Now the thing is here that we as I'm not sure if it was for lifetime or beta access, we are given this glass of Aglaral, which provides pretty much the same benefits. In fact, exactly the same benefits. And also we have these are the candles, which are actually consumed. So there's really no point in taking the horn. I believe we actually have these from different other characters of mine, so we won't take those. So we shall go ahead. I know we will need, when we get all the way to Forashel, for Rachel. We will need that, so perhaps we will take that. And the last one.
A shadow is on my spirit.
I think we can just, I'm not sure about acid, lightning. Fire I'm sure will become useful, so we'll just take that. Okay, so we have these 3 potions here, and that is that. Now, so we will continue on our merry way, and in fact, because we are going to be traveling a fair distance up this here, we are going to open this little wrapped horse whistle. And here we have, in fact, before we use it, we actually have to go up here, I believe. And yes, indeed. We forgot to turn in this quest.
Sweet-eyed Melon.
Your news gladdens my heart, Hiraeth, and I am eager to walk among the ruins as I once did, with the sky over my head and the sun on my face. The cool shadows cast by the walls will no longer be a reminder of the shadow in the east, but of respite and restoration. So we improve our shoulder pads, which is good.
You may be of service to me.
And now we're beginning to see that the quest levels are turning orange. And that's because it's a level 9 quest. So at some points, relatively soon, we will have to enable the XP again. So this is Kalengil's Vigil. My brother Kalengil is staying at Duilond, our refuge to the north. Like me, he also strives to restore the old places to their pristine state, and may need your help. Follow the road to the high ground above Kelondim, then make your way north through a gap in the hills to reach the refuge. That we certainly can do, but before we do that, in fact, we will go and fulfill these other requests from the denizens of Kelondim. And so we will, first of all, look at our notifications. We have been off screen. I went and did some of the early crafting experiences, and so we have been granted some we are a student of the past because we chose the historian profession. We completed a deed, which was the vocation of historian tier 1. We basically just went through the tutorial and got that. We have some unidentified new mail. And this is from Bingo, which we've already looked at, which we will not read right now. We will be doing some Bingo Boffin quests, which are highly amusing, some of them. Let's go ahead and equip our new shoulder pads. Put this down here so that we can sell it. And let's call our new horse, which we have access to for a day. Okay, so we now can travel a little bit faster. Not much, but every little helps. So at this point we are basically being steered towards the Lemiles Vineyard area, which we will get to relatively shortly. And again, as we go through areas back and forth, I will be cutting out repeat journeys, but as this is the first time we're traveling through this area, you see how lush the trees are, and it's quite different, as I say, from the old area that we were with the Dow Hands. So we come up here, and if we continue up here, we will very shortly get to Duilond, which is there in the distance. But we will actually perhaps dismount here. So we see a wolf, and we know that in fact we do need to take on some wolves. So we will call our bear. Oh, and we have the Master of Beasts. We have been granted a new class deed. Let's take a quick look at that. So if you remember before, we had been given the Master of the Staff, which we need to hit people or creatures with our pointy stick. This one is basically summoning our pet. Again, we will get some points for that. Only 200 times. And we have a couple of things we can move off this bar here, which are irrelevant now. Tracking crops, for example, and also we're tracking artifacts for crafting skills. We also have a return skill, and that's back to Kalondim. I think we've also acquired a couple of new skills which you haven't looked at. So this is the sign of power, the sign of command. And that one, again, is a tactical skill which slows enemy attack speeds and it reduces their parry chance, which is nice. This is the Light of Hope, which basically, at the expense of our morale or our vitality, really, we can use that to heal our allies if we're in a group, or indeed our pet. So, without further ado, we are going to put a sign on it, on this wolf, and then we're going to whack it. Again, I think I mentioned before where we had the previous instance of up in the glade. We discovered that these monsters were a little bit tougher than previous times. And this again is because of the patch 23 that came out. So now, shall we heal the bear a little bit? Oh, I guess we should target him first. And so a very small cost to our own health, we can improve his there. And again, we like to collect as many things in the wild as we possibly can. I do not remember if these boars aggro. And we shall indeed find out. Apparently not. They get threatening, but not. Say that. I think if we stood around too long, I think we would be attacked. So we come up all the way up here. As you see, we're getting into the higher ground here. We'll go around here. We will attack this wolf. And we forgot to look at the deed that was bestowed to us just now for... here we are at Lemuel's Vineyard. We forgot to look at the deed that was bestowed to us for using the Beacon of Hope skill. Again, another class skill. Basically, these will be completed just by using them over time. This time we have to use it 600 times just basically to heal our companions or allies. So here is Brithilwen. And we have a number of things from her.
Hail, friend, and well met.
So this is the completion of need of a cask. I only wish that this thoughtful gift from Beragaudir did not arrive during such dire times. With the situation at the vineyard, I fear that the cask may go empty for our journey.
Sweet-eyed Melon, will you stay a moment?
And this then is gleaming the field, or gleaning the field. So level 7. By this time of the year, most of the grapes have been picked and the wine already bottled. This was a very generous season, however, and many of the vines are still laden with grapes. I would welcome your assistance. Wine making is not easy work, but performing this task will certainly add to your appreciation of the wine you drink. Harder still, when nasty goblins find their ways into the field and drive you off. I think, though, you might be sturdy enough to aid me. If you would, gather the grapes from the vines, still hale and hearty enough, and I will see that this cask is filled with the finest this vale has to offer. The vineyard is below us and further to the west along the stone path. Be careful of the goblins. They are particularly nasty. And so we have accepted that. We have one more related
Sweet-eyed Melon,
quest.
will you stay a moment?
Again, we're essentially on level. A rare vintage. My friend, I wonder if I can ask you to undertake a task for me. Another one. It is bad enough that the goblins despoil Limael's vineyard, but recently a party of the wretched creatures broke into an old wine cellar and stole a number of flasks of a rare and ancient vintage. No doubt the evil creatures have already drunk or destroyed most of the wine, but if you can recover any of the bottles from the goblins in this area, I would be deeply in your debt. You can find the goblins throughout Limeal's. Good Lord, I need to put my teeth in today. You can find the goblins throughout Limeal's vineyard. I would not venture beyond into the Rath Teraig, however, as the goblins there are rather more dangerous. So, we have a couple of quests here. Again, by actually killing these goblins, we will be achieving a number of tasks almost immediately. So used to not being to avoiding attacks that it comes as a bit of a shock, really, to be. So we'll have to use our potion of healing there. We don't need to actually do anything to our bear. So as you see, in common with our other quest items, nothing actually needs to go into our inventory. There's a special inventory involved. And so we just wend our merry way into the heart of Amal's vineyard. It will become very easy, I'm thinking, because it's been such a time since I've played one of these squishier types. It will be very easy to get overwhelmed. So it's a question of being a little bit more careful. Let's slow these attacks. And I really should be following the prescribed method of doing the flaming embers first. There we go. And as you see, here is a node that we cannot use because, again, I think in crafting we cannot actually pick up any of the nodes, whether they're for the any of the explorer nodes, because they are as a historian, it's just not possible. So no wood or metal is available to us. Get the killing blow in. And unfortunately we are getting a spam phone call right now. And as we pick up some more of these. There we go. I'm not sure what's going on with there with the extraneous sounds. Too far away. There we go. And we can do this. Here. And we're very much skirting the edge of the vineyard at this point until we get a better sense of how we can deal with these goblins. As you see, there are plenty of them about. At least they seem to be dying relatively easily. Let's see if we can go up here. No? Okay, let's go back down this way. They also, I'm wondering how often they respawn. And I think what we will do at this point is, in fact, we might actually enable XP, because I think one of the, there we go, one of the fights that we have coming up is going to be a little bit tough for us. We have a mini boss called Pamprush, I believe his name is, and so I think we will do well to be slightly level, at least or be on level with him. Now we can go over here and let's see what happens here. Okay. Let's heal our little friend here. So now then. Again, we need to heal our bear. There we go. So again, yes, as you see, it's an interesting change in the playstyle from what I'm used to. There have to definitely be more aware of getting ads. Occasionally there are things that you can acquire over here, but not on this occasion. And I broke induction there. And I think maybe before we tackle this, these creatures up here, we should drink some healing potion. There we go, nice. Now these get a little bit scary because we're going to be getting at least 2 on us in a moment. We may have to do the wonderful run away. We are very much... Whew. Now that was a stroke of luck. Therefore now we actually also have all these different items that we can do. So that was lucky. As you level up, you see you get your abilities or your health all the way back to the top there, which is rather useful. Certainly helped in that last instance. And here we have a chest that we can very quickly dismiss and recall, because again we want to make sure that our pet is as fighting fit as possible for us. And again, these do respawn very quickly. Okay. Go. There are a lot of these little creatures around here, as you can see. There are a number up there, hiding around. We shall skirt the area, attacking this guy. Okay, we have completed the deed. I wasn't even aware that we had acquired called Goblin Slayer. We are already on. Let's drink some potion. And let's get this guy here. And I believe that Pemproche is around here. Whoop. And some very silly. Okay, so there he was. So now we can return. We could theoretically we could go back to the use the recall stone to go back, but we'd have to come back up here to turn in these quests in any case. So we'll just battle our way through. Trying to avoid as many of these as possible, just because we will have over the course of the game many opportunities to. In fact, let's. I keep hitting the wrong. Let's put this whistle on our bar as we mount up our. Let's go up here. Try to go between the two of them. Steer the. Whoop, and I guess that was not very successful. For whatever reason, we are not allowed to call our bear, so we may have to run away. There's our bear. I've never seen that before, where our bear is actually respawned from where we fell off, so that's new to me. We have, I believe, very quickly, we have actually earned some LOTRO points. Let's very quickly look. We've been given 5 points for completing the deed. There we go. You see the Goblin Slayer. This is part of the deeds of Ered Luin. We have been granted the title of Guardian of Ered Luin for. We shall make that active. It's a nice title. And we have the new deed. We have the Goblin Slayer Advanced. Again, these are the parts of the deeds of Ered. We can explore the Elf Ruins. We complete tasks. We're almost done. In fact, by the time we turn in these quests here, we will actually have completed that.
Megavanen.
So the rare vintage. Ah, very good. You have done all that I could ask. Thank you for your efforts. Those wicked creatures will learn better than to raid my wine cellars in the future. And so we get some vintner's trousers, which are a very nice upgrade in terms of stats. And there we have, not only have we completed the rare vintage, but also completed the ally of Ered Luin. And here's our new deed, which is the defender, which is the next step. So the ally, again, we have granted another 10 points. And this, the defender, which just basically will come to us naturally by completing quests. So we need to get 10 more quests to complete that. We have another 10 points, which we don't need to look at.
Hail, friend, and well met.
So gleaning the field. Very good, Hiraeth. Years from now, your efforts today will bring great joy to many. Hard work brings satisfaction, not just in winemaking, but in all things. So we get a nice upgrade to our gloves too,
Greetings, friend. Will you lend me your ear?
and we shall return the cask. All filled and ready for delivery. I would like to thank you for your assistance, Hiraeth, as I would not have been able to see this last bit of harvest along without you. This cask is meant for another, however. I should like to see it sent along to my friend Brigadier. It was he who sent it to me, after all. Why should he not have the finest wine of the valley? If you would take this back to him at Culloden, follow the path to the east and turn. Yes, we know where Culloden is. So we shall do that. And in fact, we will call this a wrap right now. Next time out, we will be back in Culloden delivering that, finishing up that quest, and also talking to Cardivore. And until then, this has been Gareth and his friend Hiraeth, and we both wish you a safe and prosperous and well times in and out of Middle-earth. Goodbye for now.